And hopefully we'll have you until 12:30.
I hope so, because we've got lots for you. How would you rate...
Do you like Eric McCormick?
Oh.
Yes?
What a nice man.
Yes. Now, how would you rate him out of 10?
Oh, 11. 11.
Now, funny you should say that, because the next item is how would you rate your lovers?
Yeah. What would you give them out of 10? Good to give them scores for looks, money, how they perform. Humour.
Yes, all that sort of thing. Well, our next guest, after...
Are you a committophobe? Denise, what sort of cause are you looking for?
I'm hoping...
as well as that, he's the man who made Torval and Dean finally admit to this.
So I'm just going to...
Yeah, Piers Morgan, talking to him about all that and much more, and his new show starts tonight.
And Martin Lewis is here.
They want to know...
We have spent some part of our lives searching for the one.
Yeah, then he found me.
Then I found the one.
Not necessarily the right one, but the one.
I found one, yes. Well.
Yes, after 53 years and 140 intimate diary, actually, about all the messing. Why did you decide to keep the diary? I mean, a lot of us probably keep some kind of record in our heads. Why did you decide to write it all down?
Do we really?
Well, you kind of do, don't you? You do, be honest. You're raped.
Everything's erased in my mind.
Is it? Till when I came along.
Yes.
Why did you decide to write it all down?
I just...
CD.
Yeah.
Yes.
Why would
it looks
you buy...
like it might be that.
Yeah. What? Oh, then there's the pervert. What is the point? At least it makes you laugh.
Yeah, well, there was a few things they might...
How many of them did you want to keep? Did you want...
I might...
You get the comments that are coming in on you today.
Commitment issues later on today. Is that you? Is it maybe you that has a commitment issue?
I might... Would you...
I read about you when it said, oh, she marks them out of 10. I immediately thought that's sexual prowess. You're just marking them on their performance in bed. But that's not the case.
No,
so what were you actually
the humour side of things. I'd have fit...
Says I couldn't imagine sharing such an intimate...
They would, actually, wouldn't they? Do you think you're sexist? This morning, and we are talking about commitment phobes. Thank you very much. If you're maybe with a partner and they won't commit, maybe you're still searching for the one and you're finding it difficult to commit yourself, then Denise is here. So do give us a call if you need any advice or help from her. Details, the number there.
Talking autumn telly. Sharon Marshall gives you all the excuses you... Martin Lewis here in a moment with all the best deals for the weekend, and let's find out how things are progressing in the makeover room with Anne and Gok.
Yeah, how are you getting on, Gok? That's good. Hope she'll be smiling a lot more. We'll see the results of that makeover with Anne at the end of the show.
I would like to think so.
Yeah, and talking to Sharon all about what's new on the box for the autumn competition.
We have got dancing celebs, we have got chimpanzees, we have got meerkat.
I saw Alison Hammond slip in there as well. First, we've got a brand new feature. Martin Lewis has got deals and freebies for this weekend, and we have given him just 90 seconds to do it. Come on, Martin.
So much about eyeliner and where to get it free. That's just me.
Listen, that was very quick. Well done, Martin. But if you missed any of that, any of the details, something that you fancy the look of, go to our website, because all those money-saving tips
only
and
takes 90 seconds.
All on there. Yeah, it was good, though.
There is a nip in the air. The nights are drawing in, and that means there's loads of telly. Hopefully, do Christmas. Sharon Marshall.
Christmas word.
Yeah.
The Christmas word already, Sharon.
Well, you know, I suppose it's a lot of the same old, which people like. People like familiar. Yeah.
Not quite so good.
It's a no from me, I think. It's great. I love Louis' little style makeover. He's had another button undone. It's looking good, Louis.
Copying Simon there.
And the start of the series when it was all Mel B comes in. He is. We love Louis.
Well, I'll tell you what's not real. I'm
Go
watching this. When did the beatification of Cheryl happen? Everybody or saint or...
But don't you love the way Mel B is sat next to us? Everyone's fawning all over Cheryl, and then Mel B goes, yeah, what am I, chopped liver? Love it. It's been completely ignored. But...
I can't wait to see her.
Working so hard. You know, Alison, she gives it
heels, because I never wear high heels. She's been practising wearing just like little 2-inch heels.
I think she had an ice pack on them.
We should really all go down this weekend. We should. Because it's not going to last long, let's face it.
Stop it.
But it's not. How can it?
I've seen her move.
She can move. She can move.
I've seen her do the splits as well. You get a couple of uckers down her.
She's got
not what I'm saying,
likability.
Alison. I mean, you know I have every faith in you, but whatever it's what crew are saying, you know, it's not.
Alison, ignore him. I've arranged her on week 4, including Dame...
I feel...
You just think Richard E. Grant was born in that
Yeah.
time. I mean, he's just right for that, isn't he?
Anna Chancellor's on as well.
faces. Or is it?
It's Richard E. Grant and Anna Chancellor are the two names. There's a picture, all water bottles removed. Safe scandals, scandalous suggestions.
Love it.
That's what we need in pearls. Fabulous. Now, the 15th of September. I love this as I read the singing. She does look just like her. She studied the way she sort of used her face and also put false teeth in. She said as soon as she put the false teeth in, she had the voice and she got it. So should we see her having a sing? This takes us right from Scylla's...
Can't wait for that. So that is
She's
Monday
very
the
talented.
15th. Is that going to run 3 nights in a row, do you think?
It's
programmes, whatever.
And he's going to be hosting the first show.
Jack Whitehall, Jimmy Carr, Stephen. So they're all doing a week.
That's it.
Each,
and then they'll have different...
Of Will and Grace.
Oh, I'll do that. I'll fit those in, don't worry. They're like quick Sunday afternoon flick
We
through.
will take a break there. Coming up next, the big issue of the morning.
Your
Homework.
favourite.
It's not my favourite, it's exactly the opposite. Homework, what is the point? How many arguments does it cause? He has been stress busting and he's produced a guide to managing homework and the family. I'm going to be very interested in this, so should you be, right after this break. Now, I hope you've got a new rubber and a nice sharpened pencil.
I used to love all that. Back to school stationery.
Fountain pen.
Yeah.
They always break, don't they?
New pencil case.
They do. Jeff, very shortly, will be running through top homework tips, and this is really worthwhile as the new season of school starts, the new term start as you mean to go on. But first, earlier this week, as the schools are all going back, we set parents across the country some homework.
We did. It's very sweet. We asked you to film your little ones on their first day of school. So cute. And here are the results. It's very sweet. Jack's 12 now. That was like yesterday to me, and he was fine. I sat in the car and cried for about half an hour after I dropped him off.
It was all very cute. It's funny there was no 11. You film them.
No. So we're now going to talk about homework, and since it's not going to go away, Jeff has come up with tips which I think we can all benefit from. But before we start on this, like Fern Britton and like Kirsty Allsop, I am very public on my disapproval of homework. I don't believe there's any need for it. I think they should have an extra hour or 2 hours at school if that's what you're going to do. Don't bring it home to overstretched, under pressure families, because folks, they go out and they work hard during the day and then they have to deal with things they're not trained for. So families can't cope with it. I think teachers can't cope with it. They have no time to mark it either. The pupils have no time to do it. They're stressed out. But as I say, it is not going to go away.
It's not going to go away. I'm playing, although it does cause a lot of problems and disruptions. My children don't necessarily love doing homework, but doable. Doable. So it doesn't cause that disruption to your family evening, because you're right, that should be sacred. They've had them all day at school, you've had all day out, and you've got to juggle the homework in there as well.
You want some downtime with them. You want to be able to watch a bit of TV or have a chat or stick a movie on.
We've got to stop moaning about it, because like I said, it's here to stay.
The curse is projects. If they just do academic exams, when they just yes, no, right answers.
30 minutes
projects, oh my word.
Can
Let
go
them do
on
the project.
All the toddlers are running around this area, make sure they've got everything that they need, pencil, rubber, ruler, place.
Just need to go and get my ruler, just need to go and get the sharpener.
It's like showing a dog its bed in the house. If you show them the area they associate with this is work time, then they'll identify
No,
with
actually,
that.
that's on a trampoline or go and sort of play with their friends for 30 minutes, knowing full well that whenever that time is...
I think that depends on your child, Jeff, and you all know your children best, is that I think some children, my son, would be better straight in the door, blazer off, there's a drink, there's a biscuit, homework now, and then he can play.
Absolutely.
He's the sort of child, if you let him go off for half an hour, you know, you won't get his focus back.
Maybe the car journey, you can count as, all right, it's de-stress.
That's wrong. I started, as we meant to go on for the rest of the term, during the holidays I outlined some new rules to him, and the first of which was when he arrives home from school, he hands over his phone and TV goes off, which he did. Yeah. And I said, you can have it back when your homework is done. And he came back to me at 7 o'clock and he said, Dad, here it is. I said, let me see it. And he got his phone back, and that was a good deal. That discipline imposed by his father, it has to be said.
It was a good move from you, good parenting. Of course the TV's going to be a distraction, of course the phone, because they're forever on your instead of social media or whatever they're doing, and the noises that it continues to make, it's a distraction.
So regular study time, whether it's straight after school or a bit of downtime and then, but always the
I like
same.
study. Study is different than homework. I approve of study time and reading time and that sort of thing. Homework is a different thing.
I know, but it's got to get done. So,
right, moving on. Planning.
Yeah.
Planning is all important. This is where my sort of coaching comes in handy, because I go home and I said to Freddie, yes, when it's up on the wall, they can refer to it, you can refer back to it. Okay. Everyone knows what.
All right, let me ask you something. My son would take on every sporting project there is to avoid having to do the other stuff, right?
Yep.
Now, as I try and say to his mother, he cannot do every bit of sport every day and every weekend, much and all as I would like him to do that. So, what do you do? Sport v academia. What do you do there?
OK, well, a little bit of Nick Adams' question. To be a professional footballer, it didn't exactly work out, but that was my frightened parents to go and actually have a conversation with a teacher and say he's really not dealing with his home. Conversation and a relationship with a teacher is very good to have.
Just very quickly, don't do their homework for them.
Absolutely, look, responsibility, I think, but don't do it for him, otherwise he's not going to learn. It's not just about he needs to get it done.
There's no danger of that happening in our house, because we couldn't do his homework for him, really.
Maths, I mean, I'd given up in the junior school. However, projects, can I just say, I did help a little bit. You might remember this, I tweeted this at Christmas. That's the castle that Jack started to make, and he kept disappearing.
Did you finish it?
And I found myself... Well, I didn't completely finish it, but I did find you had to do like 6 different coats of paint, let it dry. That was over Christmas.
Let's face it, you really enjoyed that, didn't you?
Christmas.
See, but as I say, what was the point?
You finished it.
What did they learn from that? What was the point of that?
Look.
What's the point?
It ticks the box, Simon, I don't know.
Kept him quiet.
It did.
And me.
It did. Help your children plan.
As you say,
do the work for them.
It's not going to go away.
No.
So those were interesting tips. You're going to put those on the website?
Yeah, I'm going to write a blog about it, actually. We'll get it up on the website. That is my homework. And you know, I'm going to give myself 2 hours to do it, and I'm going to divide it over 3 days.
To my son, please. Get a plan in place. Thank you.
And I think also it's important to lead by example. I mean, I often, at night, I would say to him, son, do you think I just make things up on the television? I show him the homework that I have to bring home every night for this morning, and he sees me studying for hours on end, preparing for the programme the next day. But I do think you've got to lead by example. You're just going to say, you do this, if you don't show them that you're doing something as well.
Yeah.
I'm sitting there writing essay 2000.
With the homework tonight, some good tips there from Jeff, and we said we'll put those on the website as well. Coming up, we're going to be taking your calls about commitment phobia. Is that you or someone you know? Denise is here taking your calls with lots of advice after the break.